Well, some may say, thankfully, Alfred was a fizzer, an absolute fizz bomber. Well, I mean, there was some pretty heavy wind and some rain, but the media build-up for that was astronomical. Grahimi on kick. How you doing, man? Grahimi. What a cool handle. Grahimi. Yeah, what a build-up. What an absolute week of media frenzy for a storm that just kind of whimpered out. I don't know, like I was watching a lot of it and I was keeping up to date. Mainly, you know, my brother lives up there and Benny's up there and Hendrick's up there and another guy's up there and blah, blah, blah. And just, I don't know, it just seemed to not really be anything to be speaking of. Yo, Grahimi's also on YouTube. What? Grahimi, how can you be in two places at once? That does not make any sense. That's a sick setup. That might be a great opportunity to bring out this little beauty. I think this is it.
This is sick.
This is sick. Thank you, man. You can trigger alerts such as that one over on the Kick machine. If you type exclamation store, or is it exclamation shop? I think it's store. Might be shop. Let me just check. Exclamation shop. Yeah, exclamation shop. That'll get you to the place where you can trigger off alerts. Yeah, so I don't know, like, do we have I got it wrong? Maybe the tropical cyclone Alfred was actually something to be spoken of. I don't know. I mean, it seemed like they were just kind of got irritated watching the news, to be honest. You know, just trying to keep up to date with and be informed, and you had to put up with just absolute rubbish from mainstream media. It was just awful, awful, awful to watch. Why they got to be like that, you know? Like, and let's talk a little about the surfing, right? Like, so there was a lot of people complaining that people were surfing. People flew in from all over the planet to be here for this swell. Something needs to be done, right? Something needs to be done. Like people that, so not everybody's going to be able to surf those conditions, right? Not everybody, myself included. No chance, right? No, I faffed around it there today here, and I still had a hard time, as you'll see coming up when I play the clip. I got two waves and then got stuck on the inside and couldn't paddle back out. So what I'm saying is, if you're skilled enough to be able to surf those conditions, why would people get upset when they close the beach, yet people still paddle out? Those people are way skilled, right? Like the big wave surfers that do this shit all the time. They're so, like, there were so many people that were getting their knickers all in a knot. The beach is closed, and yet people are still going out. Look at those jet skis. Look at those naughty surfers. It's like, that's what they do. It's like, I don't know, if you took me up to a 500-meter high dive tower and said jump, I'd be like, fuck no, I'm not going to jump. There's water down there, you can jump off. I'm not going to do it, right? But the dudes that do that, like for a thing, like for either a living or circus performance, whatever it is, these guys do it. It's just the thing that they do. Not everyone does it. So for people to get upset that people were surfing, now there is an angle to be had here. The angle being, okay, well, if they're out there surfing and they're not skilled enough, they're going to require help, right? At some point, they might require rescuing. And I get that, but shouldn't there be... Everybody needs to calm down. Like, just because it's not for you doesn't mean you can say no one else should do it, you know? That's how I look at it anyway. And like, then you get to watch, like, it's very, very seldom that we get these massive swells. Like Australia, like, yeah, like once, I mean, they're calling that once in a lifetime storm cell, and the equating ocean swells around it. So we got a chance to get some get some eyes on the country, you know, some I mean, we already have eyes on country because of how rad Australian surfers are, but people came in from out of the country to surf these waves. And then you've got Joey Jojo up the street whinging and complaining that they shouldn't be out there because what if they need rescuing? Well, shut the it just irritated me. It irritated me. It also irritated me because I had a shit surf today, so I was already poo-pooing everything because I didn't surf very well. In fact, I want to have a beer. I want to lose the edge here and have a home brew. I want to do it now. So how about I play the surfing clip from today and I'll go and get myself a nice refreshing beer that I earned by faffing around. Check this out. You see 2 waves. They're shitty waves. And then you see me struggling to paddle back out. This is cringe. Ugh. Hold on. That's an old one. I didn't change my file here. You idiot. That's not today's surf because how do I know that? Because that was me with board shorts on and I'm already back to a steamer. So that was not today. Let me just fix this because I know what I've done. I haven't added the clip to the thing. You know why? Because I'm irritated by Joey Jojo. Where is this? Easy enough to do. I'll just change it here. Oh, but now that's running on there. Okay, hold on a second. Let me just kill the old. Can fix that now. Stream Deck. Stream Deck pedal. Why can't I just bring that up? What? Son of a. Okay, I'm lost here. I'm lost. Where is my Stream Deck pedal app? Why did it do this? It just quit on me. You idiot. I wonder if it'll trigger if I... No, because I'm already... Excuse me while I fix this. Stream Deck. What? Why is there no app called Stream Deck? Why is the app called Stream Deck not in my applications? Duh. It's open in front of me, yet it's not in my applications folder. The hell are you talking about? I don't know. I'll just trigger it manually. I'm getting that beer. I deserve it. I need it. Check this out.
This is sick.
you're kidding. I come back in the room and that's playing over the top because I'd already run the command from the Stream Deck, which I can't find. What on it? What the hell's going on here? So why can I not find my Stream Deck? Does anybody know where the Stream Deck app is? If it's not in the applications folder, where the fuck is it? Why? What? How is this not a thing? I'm searching my applications. It wasn't on long, dude. It's because, okay, so here's what happened. I used my Stream Deck to trigger the surfing clip. As the surfing clip started rolling, I recognized that it wasn't the correct clip because I hadn't changed the file that OBS points to reflect today's surfing. That was running an older surfing clip. So instead of quitting the Stream Deck command, I quit the Stream Deck. Just quit it, Command Q. So the Stream Deck apparently wasn't running. Turns out it was running because in the background, it was still running that clip, even though I'd manually triggered the actual clip. So when the other one stopped running, it brings up the blowfly sitting on it brought up the blowfly doing the aerobics on the styrofoam in front of the current stream. So the point is, where the fuck did the Stream Deck app go? I can't find it. It's not, but it was running. I've got one of them open. Here's one. Changed the and now Kick the file. No, Kick's playing in the background. Fuck you, Kick. When did Kick default to playing the stream with audio in the background? It used to default to playing the stream without audio in the background. Seems like every time I go to Kick, it's already running the stream with audio. Thanks for that, Kick. Awesome. So here is my Stream Deck running. But where's my Stream Deck pedal? The other one, right? I can go up here and see that it's in the system, but I can't activate the app for the Stream Deck. Why not? It's so strange. I'd tell you if I wasn't a Mac guy. I gotta have this beer, dude. I'm cracking this beer. Can you exclamation pour in the Kick chat and exclamation drink? That would help me right now. Type the words exclamation pour and exclamation drink. I had that same problem with the autoplay. Yeah. I hate it. Yeah, dude, it used to default to audio was muted. Now, if I go back up there, I can see the stream playing and there's audio. Yeah, a little. Thank you. Yeah. Homebrew. Stout, nonetheless. Cheerses. I don't know who you are, but I like you, Grahimi. Ah, that's good. Now, where the hell did this app go? I'm going to search it until I can freaking well find it. Stream Deck. Command F. Searching this Mac, searching applications. Not in applications. It's not. It's literally not in the applications folder. There's no stream, unless it's 2 words, Stream Deck. Nope. There's an application called Elgato Stream Deck, and it's in applications, but where is Stream Deck pedal? Not there. Not there. Why is it not there? If anybody knows where it went, give it to me. Thanks, mate. I like you too. Yeah, cheers, dude. You're on both platforms. I like that. Actually, a few of my viewers do that. They pop the stream out on the YouTube or on DLive or wherever they choose, and then they pop out the chat. What was that noise? Don't worry about it. They pop the chat out on Kick so they can trigger the alerts. Now, do me a solid and try to find my Stream Deck pedal. It's got to be here somewhere. Let me where's Mission Control where I can see every app that's open? Let me just go to the top. Yeah. Finder, window, searching applications. Nope, not there. Social streams there. That's good. Stream. Nope. Oh, and also, I'm streaming on Wi-Fi, you idiot. I'm just going to stream. I'm going to put on my, I had Ethernet turned off because I was checking something. Yo, Dowski, what it do? How you doing, Dale? What's cracking, man? How are you on this day of days? I've lost myself. I'm a little confused here. I'm gonna open up. The fuck is that marketplace? Am I gonna have to just like download the Stream Deck pedal again for some reason? That doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna try it. I'm good. How are you? Yeah, yeah. I'm okay. I just had a bad. I don't know. I'm whinging, but I shouldn't be whinging because life is good. I'm having difficulty locating the Stream Deck pedal. You seem annoyed. Yeah, I'm annoyed. I am. I'm not going to deny that. I'm a little annoyed. Yes, yeah, you're right. I just don't like. I don't want to have to explain it again. But I just closed an app, and then I went to reopen it, and now I can't find it, and it doesn't make any sense. And there's other things happening on the planet, and this is not a major thing at all, but it is an interesting thing. I just don't know what to do. The beer will help, though. I had a bad surf, too. Does that help? I mean, I'm claiming it. That's why I'm in a bad mood. Don't know where it is. Stream Deck pedal download. I guess I'll just download it again. Hopefully it remembers my profile. Downloads, yes. You know what the phrase? First world problems. Yeah. I realize this is in the entire stratosphere of situations and issues. This is not one of them, but right now it's bugging the crap out of me, but it's not really a problem. It is interesting though. I quit an app and now I can't find it. All I did was Command Q it. Now I'm on the Elgato website. Here I am Elgatoing it up. Check this out. I'm on their website and I'm looking for the Stream Deck pedal, the product. Can you think I can find it? No, I fucking cannot find it. Doesn't seem to be there. Products. Stream Deck. Pedal. Buy at a retailer? No, just give me the app, dude. Give me the app. Downloads. Download. God, what an absolute shitty fucking website, dude. Just give me Stream Deck 6.81. Stream Deck pedal. What? Is it just me? Shouldn't I've got so here is my Stream Deck, the app, right? I used to have a pop out of both of the apps, the Stream Deck and the Stream Deck pedal. If I click on this, can't I just pop that out? Nope. I used to have it out though. This is the App Store, the marketplace. And now it's gone. Pretty annoying, man. Why can't I just have that? It's confusing. So that'll just sit up there out of the stream so I can seize it. But I used to be able to just bring up the pedal as well. Is it possible the pedal maybe came unplugged? Nah, not at all. Nah. What would stop the pop out? I genuinely don't know. I don't know. I've not done this before. I'm going to ask ChatGPT. I'm going to ask the GPT machine if I quit the Stream Deck pedal, how do I relaunch it? Response 1. Give me the response. Don't give me the choices. Method 1, using a spotlight search. Command spacebar to open spotlight search. Dude, are you kidding me? I tried like Stream Deck. It brings up Siri suggestions. There's no app called Stream Deck pedal. Search in Finder. Stream Deck pedal. They're literally. That's exactly what I was doing. You were asking ChatGPT. There's literally no app called Stream Deck pedal. There's not. If you prefer terminal, enter this command and press enter. I'll do that. Thank you. I'll do that off scene though, but I'll do that. Open the application streamdeck.app does not exist. Dude, check this out. This doesn't have an IP or anything, no? The application streamdeck.app does not exist. All I did was quit it while it was up here. All I did was hit Command Q. This is the Stream Deck app. I had the Stream Deck pedal app running, and all I did was Command Q it, and it says it's no longer there. That's odd. Well, shit me. Okay. I prefer this response. Terminal says the app does not exist, yet I literally only Command Q it 5 minutes ago. Do you know what I think's happened? Let me tell you. That's a good idea. Check the activity monitor. It could still be running. That's a good idea. I've also got an idea of what I think's going on here. Stream Deck's running, but no Stream Deck Mini, Stream Deck pedal. Do you know what I think it is? This is what I think. This is what I think's happened. I reckon the Stream Deck app, the Stream Deck pedal app, I downloaded it and ran it from the desktop, and it's been running, dude, for 5 months from the desktop. So it never actually was installed. It was just running from the desktop. With that in mind, let's go back and re-download the sucker. But that's the other thing. You can't actually download the app. It just comes in as part of the Stream Deck app. Like, it's just in here. It's bundled in Stream Deck 681. What? Flowski, how you doing? Another possibility is that the ChatGPT command might not be accurate. I run into that constantly when looking up Linux bash commands. Well, it's not there. Download quick start guide. I just want to download the app. The Elgato website's a bit clunky. See, now it just defaults to this download page. Camera Hub Stream Deck 681. But that's what I've got running. I've got Stream Deck. Stream Deck profiles, plugins, style, general, devices. Hold on a second. Devices, Stream Deck Plus. Where are my other device? Stream Deck Pedal. Stream Deck Pedal. Depending on your exact installation, programs can be found in different folders and whatnot. That's true, but I did a general search across the stratosphere and it didn't come up. General Stream Deck Pedal. It's super confusing. Firmware is 2.0.3, 6.8.1. So I've got the latest version. I just got here. I didn't catch the incident exactly. I'm not command expert. I use AI constantly to look up. Yeah. Can you fully restart the Stream Deck app without ending the stream? That's a good idea. I can do that. I've done that before. That's not a problem. Yeah, that's a great idea, actually. I'll show you that I'm doing that. I'll just command Q that. Yeah, that's a good idea. Stream Deck's now gone off. So now I'll just reload that. And yeah, that's a very good idea. It might bring up both of them. It brung up that one. It didn't bring up the pedal, unless it's hiding somewhere. Nope. Yo, Amarex, how you doing, Amarex? How you doing? So the Stream Deck's still all working and everything. That's cool. I didn't realize you're using a pedal. Yeah, I bought a pedal to trigger start stream, be right back scene, and end stream. That's how I can seamlessly bring in Hok Tui saying she's going to go to bed right now without even looking like I'm doing anything. I just click it with my foot. But holy shit, dude, it's completely baffling me now. It's just gone. Like, it's completely gone. Like, it's not... I'd be worried. Dude, I tap it. I move my foot and I'm like, oh shit, there's the Stream Deck. But you've actually got to physically press it. But what's concerning me now is the app is... It says the app doesn't exist. Like, Terminal said the app doesn't exist. So, can I just download... Can you link me the download? They don't do this, do they? Is the I'm going to bed thing, it's a sound we can trigger? No, I just do that at the end of my stream. Yeah, so if I go to the download page on Elgato, it just is a generic, like, it's Stream Deck pedal. There's no pedal app. So do I need it then? Like, I wonder what'll happen if I try triggering something. Hold on, let me try triggering the surfing clip again. I made it obvious.
This is sick.
Wow, I had to spend 25 minutes trying to paddle back out and failed. So that also is the source of my frustration from today. By the way, the Stream Deck pedal works without the app, apparently. Don't need it. So I'm not going to get a visual on it. I'm just going to run it like that. I mean, there's only 3 things you can press: the left pedal, the middle, or the right pedal. So, but yeah, that clip you just saw was the sort. I mean, again, first world problems. Are you really upset because you had a bad surf? Yeah, kind of. I've been in a bad mood all day. I'm not going to shade it. I'm not going to lie about it. I've been in a bad mood. Flowski, have you ever accidentally blasted your board into a person's face who is floating in the water next to you? They look so close sometimes. No. No. Ouch. You wouldn't want to do that either. Damn, dude. I've seen people do that. It's the times that I've seen that happen is when someone's duck diving and the board shoots out behind them, which is kind of weird. Like, you either commit fully to the duck dive or do an Eskimo roll. If you're not going to do a full commitment to the duck dive, don't do it. Someone told me at the very beginning of my surfing, they said, as a matter of course, even if you don't think you can do it, always attempt the duck dive. Like, and 2 things, that and always get back on your board as soon as you can. So don't, like, if you, like, as much as that sucked, that paddle back out, and I didn't make it, I never, well, unless the wave knocked me off, I never got off my board and, like, just floated in the water. Always stay on your board and paddle. I've been told that. So I put that into practice where I'm like, I don't care how big this is, I'm gonna duck dive as best and as deep as I can. Now, sometimes you'll duck dive and you'll get just all the turmoil above you and all the massive water, movement of water will just flap you all around and you can't do anything. But if you've just tried to just dig it straight down, it's better than staying on top. Yeah. I'm not a very good surfer, but every time I go out, I'm learning. And those conditions today, I mean, that were big waves, and it was good to be out there. Like, good solid waves. Hard to get, like, hard to pick up on. It's a shame that the first wave I got just, I don't know, maybe I went too far to the left and I don't know, but. Let's take a look at the news. The Cyclone Alfred, which has been a big fizz bomb banger. This also made me angry, if I'm being honest. Yo, Mixmaster, hello, bro. How you doing, Mixies? What's cracking? Mixmaster TV, how you doing on YouTube? Yeah, this also made me angry. I don't know, like all the media reporting about this cyclone, it just seemed like they were milking. How awesome, both of us on NBN Fiber. Both of us. I don't know who I'm talking to. I don't know who you are. But congrats on the fiber. NBN Fiber is, yeah, well, damn, dude. I mean, it's 100 years late, but you're on 1,050. We'll swap to 1,100 in September. That's rad. Who? 1,100. I'm on 100. I'm on 150. Yeah, I downgraded to 150. You're on a gig. See, why don't they just give us synchronous speeds? Why do they got to give us this? That's making me angry. Who's your provider to get 1,100? Let's ask ChatGPT. Do government will swap it in September? Swap what? Synchronous. 120 will swap to 550. Flowski, sorry to make you angry, but mine is 1,000, 1,000. Shit. Gigabit synchronous. I live in the middle of nowhere as well. 250 to 25 will swap to 750 to 50? What? Why does Australia not have synchronous gigabit fiber? Australia doesn't have synchronized gigabit fiber, for example, 1 gig up and 1 gig down, due to a combination of political, technological, and economic factors. The multi-technology mix. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not even reading that shit. Infrastructure limitations, RSP pricing models, commercial versus enterprise, God. Government policy and funding. They fucked us with this, didn't they? Is symmetrical gigabit possible in the future? Yes, but only if more FTP upgrades occur. Most people have fiber to the premises now. These all speeds coming in September, 100 and 2,000 will retire. Wow. Okay, ask AI about the new NBN speeds. I'll do that. What about the what's that noise? Don't worry about it. What about these new NBN speeds I hear about coming in September? Searching the web. In September 2025, NBN Co is set to introduce a new high-speed broadband tiers, enhancing internet options for Australian consumers. Here's an overview. The NBN Home Hyperfast 2,200. Fuck yeah. 200 up, I mean, and 2 gig down. Aimed at residential users with fiber to the premises connections, this plan offers 2 gig down and 200 up. The wholesale price, 115. That's not bad. Amrex, how you doing? Hey, Giz, may I ask where did this name come from? Oh, let me tell you. Hang on a second. Let me get back to that, but let me stop and pause for Amrex. I'm assuming you might be H3 family. Is there any H3 family? I got 7 viewers on YouTube. That's an absolute record for me. I'm being a bit silly. I often get those numbers on YouTube, but it's been a long time between. But if there's anyone here from the H3 family, I welcome you and I thank you. But Amrex, how did the name Gives a Minute comes from? So in a stupid fashion, which I'm quite comfortable with, would you believe this? I began my channel. This is the stupidest idea. The concept of my channel was that I was going to create vlogs, not live streams, just vlogs. And every single vlog was going to be 1 minute longer than the one before it. So I literally began my channel with a 1 minute vlog. It's on my channel. Go back to my oldest upload. The first thing I did was a 1 minute upload. The very next thing I did was a 2 minute upload, a 3 minute upload, a 4 minute upload. And then I think I got to around about 24, 25 minutes. And there was a time when we were on a tracer tour in Europe with the Royal Republic. And the drummer in the Royal Republic, a gentleman by the name of Per, absolutely ridiculed the idea. He was like, that is the dumbest. He said, Benon, I don't know you that well. We were only with these guys for, well, it was a long tour. It was a 2 month something, 1.5, 2 months. He said, I don't really know you, man, but I'm telling you now, that is the dumbest idea I've ever heard. And he was laughing about it. And then Dre got involved and was laughing. Everybody taunted me because the idea was stupid. And I can see it. That idea was ridiculous, right? Like, well, I'm nearing on 10 years in the life of my channel. And what would that mean for my vlogs? How long would they be running for? Like, you can't make a story last that long. The story dictates the length of the story. You should never set yourself this stupid, but I like numbers, you know, like I like the concept of something different. And for a while there, I was the only one on YouTube doing it. I also tried to do it with my live streams, but I don't know, just stupid idea. As far as numbers go, I still am interested in doing stuff with numbers. Like right now on my channel, I decided I wanted to plank. Like I surf, right? I go surfing and I wanted to build my upper strength, the core of my upper body. And I heard about planking, and I don't mean that stupid one that the kids do, just lying flat on anything. I'm talking about the one where you put your elbows down and you stay as horizontal as possible. And I said to myself, okay, planking's probably a good exercise for surfing to build up that inner core. How long do I do it for? And nobody could answer me. I was asking people, how long should you plank for? And they're like, I don't know. And so what did I do? I planked every day for a year. The first day was January 1, I planked for 1 second. The second day was January 2, I planked for 2 seconds. The third day was January 3, I planked for 3 seconds. You see where this is going? I managed to do the entire year. Every single day it got longer by a second to the total of 366 seconds, which is about 6 minutes and a half or something. And by crikey, I got strong. And I answered my question, how long can you plank for? Well, I can plank for 6 minutes. And if you want to see that content, come back to my YouTube channel, the one you're on right now, every day at 2 a.m., where I'm uploading those videos on the daily. Every single day for this year. I've got an entire year of videos scheduled because I did this already. This has already been done. And so these videos are getting drip fed every day at 2 a.m. And I will tell you this, it wasn't until around about August where the videos get interesting. So I've uploaded everything every single day, but it's not until we go on the road trip. Me and Marty went on a road trip to Uluru. The pitch, right? The pitch trip, the pitch to H3 crew. Yeah, so that's that road trip. I realized that, hey, because I was planking right here and filming it and it just was boring. And then all of a sudden I'm out on the road and I'm like, oh, I'm going to plank today at a waterhole. I'm going to plank today at a caravan park, or I'm going to plank today in front of this massive mountain or next to this stream or something. So in August, when we start that trip, the planks get really interesting. And then when I got home, I didn't want to plank inside anymore. I got jack of it. I was like, man, I've just done a road trip for 44 days and I've planked in front of, you know, the Uluru and the Olgas, and now I'm planking in my bedroom again. What a letdown. So I went out and planked around my local area every single day. And now it's the next year, it's 2025, and I'm planking again, but not the same project. Instead, I'm only planking outside somewhere scenic, and I'm letting Siri determine how long I plank for. So it's a random number between 1 and 366, which is the maximum that it can be for the year, 366 days. And it chooses the number. And then I plank for that amount. And wherever I am in scenery, I then do a walk and talk, which involves me walking around the area and talking about it for 10 minutes. I like numbers, you know, and I'm also a dickhead. And I got stories to tell, you know, like I'll use it and I'll go up and down the coast and I find cool areas and I remember stories from when I was a kid and I plank. Sometimes I plank for 30 seconds, sometimes I plank for 7 minutes, 6 minutes, and then I go and tell a story. Did you ever come to Canberra? Dude, I'm coming down there. No shit, man. I'm going to be down in Canberra. When is it? I'm down in Canberra for a UMI at the Refractory on the 3rd of April. And I'm actually going to go down. I'm going to do a road trip. I'm going to do Canberra and I'm going to go down and see another friend, an old friend who's bought a house recently in Albury, Wodonga. And I'm going to live stream it. I'm going to do a little road, and then I'm going to go through Bateman's Bay and see Aretta. Hello, Aretta, if you're watching. Yeah, I haven't seen her for, well, none of you guys know who these people are, but I live in Canberra. Well, maybe you might want to come out after the day after. Yo, Hexy, 555 plank, 550. Hey, Siri, how long is 555 seconds in minutes?
555 seconds is 9.25 minutes.
Ooh, 9-minute plank. Hexy. Well, shit me. Now you got me thinking. But it's not a 5555. If you're just going to pick a random one, like it's not the Quattro Cinco, it's 555. You got another 5 to go there. There's no way I could plank for. Hey Siri, how long in minutes is 5,555 seconds?
5,555 seconds is 92.58 minutes.
92 minutes? There's no fucking way I could plank for a Quattro Cinco. But I would consider planking for 9 minutes. I mean, I'm not just smoking myself here. I will put this down. Anybody can do what I did, planking for 7 minutes or 6.5 minutes. You'll see as this project gets further into it, there's a point where it gets difficult, and then there's a point where you go past the difficult stage. And if you can focus your breathing and your mind, you can plank to that 6.5 minute stage pretty easily. I mean, I did it. And at the beginning, there was times there when it was like around 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes, and I was like, I was thinking, how am I going to ever get to the end of the year with this project? It's a stupid idea. What was I thinking? I can't do it. And then as you keep going, so in the 3-minute planks, around about the 40-second, 50-second mark, that's when you start to get, oh man, I'm starting to get tired. My arms, you start to shake and you start to breathe weird. What I found as that gets longer, that thing starts happening later into the plank. So when it was only 1.5 minutes, that was happening at 30, 40 seconds. When it was 2 minutes, that was not happening until 1 minute. When it was 3 minutes, that wasn't happening until 1.5 minutes. And as it kept moving along, it kept moving the whole thing along. So what I'm saying is I reckon I could plank for 9 minutes. If I could do a 555 second plank, could we do it as a hex thing? Could I get a donation of 5,555,000 hex? Apple failed on AI big time. Yeah, dude. What happened the other day with AI? Oh, I got one for you. Okay, can I show this? I can't really show this because it'll give away someone's phone number. I could do it if someone wanted to give me a fake phone number. I could do it. What I was going to say is, if you tell Siri to send a text message, so in my day job, I've got to send messages to people on the often, right? Every day I've got to send maybe 3 or 4 messages to people. And I used to just look at the run sheet that I'm reading the numbers off and type them in. And then I decided, well, hang on a second. We got Siri here. So I said, hey, Shlomo, send a text message to 040395782334. And it would come up with that, and it would say, what would you like to say? And then I'd paste in the message because it's a default message, and I'd hit send. And every single time that I did that, it would always come back as a failed message. Yet if you look at the number is actually correct. Like the number is number for number. It's right. So then what I do is I go back in and I type the number and I paste the message and it sends first time. So it never, and I can show this to you. These people are irrelevant, but I got an example. I'll cover their number anyway. Fuck it. I touch the screen and it goes off. Either way, just a quick glance. Top one's a fail. Trust me, it doesn't work. It says the message is delivered, but it comes back as a failed delivery until you type the number in. So that's weird. Apple should have just bought ChatGPT. Yeah. What are your thoughts on Mr. Beast? I cannot stand his content, yet I love his content. I have zero interest in watching what he does, yet I think what he does is incredibly cool. But I've got absolutely no interest. I would love to go on his show or on his thing. I'd love to be a part of something he does, but I cannot watch that shit, man. I hate it. I hate it. It's so cringe. It's just awful, yet such a cool idea. But not for me. I really don't like it. Really don't like it. He's nicknamed the King of YouTube. Yeah, I mean, look, he's so unique and so, yeah, so rad, but like just 100% not for me. It's cringe, yeah, somewhat cringe. It's totally cringe. It's awful content. I don't have any interest in watching what he does. Yet when someone tells me, you see, Mr. Beast bought he bought a whole car yard and then he just went out and gave the cars away to people. I mean, that's so cool, right? Yet you watch it and you're like, God, I want to punch this guy in the face. Like, it's so bad. Hexy, hey Bannon, off topic. My friend wants to start streaming at a reasonable quality camera, mic, stream deck, etc. Do you have any recommendations? I can give you a quick and easy recommendation on a mic. Any of the Apple computers, the microphones on those laptops are so good these days. The camera though, the FaceTime camera, it's awful. But you can use your cell phone, NDI on a cell phone. Damn, dude, you can use this, put that up, like sticky tape it to the top of your laptop and use your phone camera. Oh, that's awesome. But they might not have a laptop. As far as like budget, and by the way, we're going to get back to the internet speeds. Mixmaster, I'm not done with that yet. I want to learn about that. As far as cameras and budget microphones and stuff, I don't know what's out there because I haven't looked, but I do know that if you're going to start on a tight budget, I would overspend on the audio first. So if you've got like a limited amount of cash and you want to start streaming, very, very first thing I'd do is ensure you have good internet. That'd be the prime priority. Once you've established that, and I guess you've already established that because the whole concept of, it's like saying, I want to go surfing, but I don't want to get wet. You have to have good internet to stream. So that has to be a check off. So once you've checked that off, I'd allocate the next resources to a good microphone. That's the priority, and then camera. Because people will not watch something if the audio is like, if my audio was up there, and even with a good camera, I'm trying to get that as far away from me as possible. Even with good camera, but if the audio is crap, people aren't gonna, you've got to make the effort. By the way, I like this much better without having a microphone. I can't bump it or anything, but he's got about $5,000 in his budget. Well, fuck me, dude. That's perfect, man. That's an amazing amount of money. What do you like? All right. At that point, dude, does he have a laptop or a desktop? What is PC or Mac? I guess that doesn't make a difference, really. $5,000, man. You could get a GH5. You can get this camera for $5,000 and a lens, dude. I'm on the GH5, and you can get a good microphone too. That's an insane amount of money, man. That's 5,000. That's just shy of 5,555. He does DJ work spent on mics already. He has an M2. Oh, dude. He's already there. He's got an M2 Mac, man. The Apple Silicon has just changed the game. The Apple processors, anybody can do anything on an app, even on the lamest MacBook Air with the Apple Silicon. They're so powerful. So yeah, I would suggest he puts that money into if he's already got good mics because he's a DJ, get him to get a GH5. You want good quality? Did you say you want a good quality? Reasonable quality. Okay. Reasonable quality camera. See, I'm probably the wrong person to ask here because I'm not up to date with what's the development. I can tell you what I would recommend not doing. Don't use a GoPro for a webcam. Don't get tempted to do that. They are simple and they do work, but they're not good for... They're all auto, you know? Like, you can't manually set something on a GoPro. So you might strike it lucky where you can angle your lights perfectly and then the auto ISO and the auto shutter and everything works perfectly. But more than likely... Yeah, don't use a GoPro. You can use a GoPro for something like a reverse camera for an overall setting, but yeah, I wouldn't use that for the cameras and switching gear. He also has OBS. Yeah, definitely on a Mac, 100% use OBS. OBS, there was a time not that long ago, a few years ago, when OBS on a Mac was like very underpowered and clunky, and there were better options at that time. But the way that the OBS development team have worked with the Mac and the way that Apple have worked with themselves with the Apple Silicon, we are like, aside from some audio routing, which is a bit clunky. If he's a DJ, he'll know what I'm talking about. The audio on a Mac, it's a bit funky. I'm going to assume he's probably already got loopback audio if he's a DJ, but yeah, that's probably the only sort of letdown or downside to using a Mac. The audio routing is a little... Desktop audio and desktop sounds, they're so easy to integrate on a PC, but on a Mac you've got to actually physically, well, not physically, but softwarily plug those things through, and it gets a bit clunky. But I definitely would recommend OBS. I would not suggest using any other hardware, any other software for live streaming. You might as well just use a free one that everybody, because if you start having issues, let's say you use the one that I paid for, man. I paid for Wirecast. I paid $700 for Wirecast. Outright. I bought that shit. I bought it. I've still got it. I've probably still got it installed. Oh no, this is a new machine. It wouldn't have come across, would it? Let me just see if it's still installed. Wireshack? Wirecutter? No, yeah. I paid for this stupid program. So back when I began streaming, there was a few options out there for software, and there was also no options for internet because we didn't have fiber here. I was using 4G. I remember taking my laptop to a coffee shop and using their Wi-Fi and doing a test stream, and even then I encountered buffering and frame drops. And for a long while, I was blaming the internet for that, but what I found out it was the Intel processors in the MacBook Pro that I had at the time was thermally throttling. So the OBS is quite CPU and GPU intensive, and so after a while of using it, that would thermally throttle. Fans would kick in, they'd prioritize data to the software, and then all of a sudden the thing would spit the dummy. And it wasn't until I upgraded eventually to I was using 4G with a MIMO antenna and a better processor, and even then it wasn't Apple Silicon, it was still on the Intel stuff. I upgraded it and it made a difference. And then when Apple Silicon came out, everything changed. Like, there's so much better. Like, so you think you should get a couple of cameras? I would say you don't need more than one. You can, if he wants to do like stuff like I've got, like with this reverse camera deal, If he's got a GoPro, which is a DJ, he's probably got a GoPro kicking around. Sure, you can integrate that into the system pretty easily. But I would suggest one good camera for the main camera. And if he's got $5,000 to throw at it, and he's already got his laptop and maybe a few audio programs and stuff, I would suggest, dude, get a GH5. Get this. I'll bring it up, man. I'll show you get this Panasonic Lumix GH5. And this is an old camera, by the way. At the moment, I haven't looked into this. There might even be a GH6 for all I know, but you don't need it. But this is the camera that I use, and I'm pretty psyched about it. I use it for vlogging, and I use it for my stream camera. By the way, it might even be overkill. You know? See, like I said, I'm probably the wrong person to ask because I haven't looked into the camera. In fact, I was at a festival on the last weekend, and I was watching some other photographers, and the cameras the bodies that they were using, I was like, I don't even know what that is. I'm so out of the game because I've got what I need, and I don't need to upgrade it. So I shoot with a 1DX and a 5D Mark I, the first ever full frame camera from Canon. So yeah, I haven't bothered watching. I haven't paid any attention to the developments of cameras and lenses and stuff. But if I was going to say, for someone who's got $5,000 to spend, maybe look into where is the hold on a second. Let me just bring up another trouser browser. What is the updated camera from the GH5? I'm assuming there is one, right? There you go, GH6 in 2022. I did not know. 25 megapixels. So this is overkill for streaming. Of course it is. It's got an inbuilt cooling fan. Wow. Prior to that, they released the GH5 Mark II. Wow. Wireless live streaming, huh? Okay, that's interesting. Does that create an RTMP or something? The GH5S. Okay, that could be an option. Launched in January 2018. Okay, so there's a downgrade or a step down, the GH5S. There's a GH5 Mark II from a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, and there's a GH5 Mark VI. Sorry, GH5 no, the GH6, the GH5 Mark VI from February 2022. So yeah, I don't know, yeah. Of course, the better thing for him to do would be to spend that $5,000 on Hex and stake that shit. Let's continue reading about the NBN. So what we were learning about these new plans is, so there's the Hyperfast 2000, so 2 gigabit down and 200 megabits up, and then there's also 2 gig down and 100 up. Designed for residential customers on HFC. Sucked into those lousy people. Same price though, $115. Shit. NBN Business 2,500. Targeted business users. This plan offers 2 gig down and 500 up. Business Server Pro package. NBN Business 250, 100. I would like that. I've got an NBN. I've got an NBN. I've got an ABN. Wow, that looks okay. $61 a month? That's cheap, man, for 100 up. I'm getting that. I'm getting that. Wait, here's 500, 200. 500 megabits down, 200 up. $76. Dude, that's less than what we're paying right now. I'm getting that. I'm getting that. I'm going to go on the NBN Business. That's That's a good chance to play this one for sure. That's so amazing.
This is sick.
This is sick. That is good, actually. 200 megabits up. I mean, I'm on 50 up right now. Hexy, I would guess data rates are going to go bottom out as more Starlink satellites deploy. Yeah. Yep. True skins. Very true. I'm about to start paying for my Starlink again so that we can start doing IRL streams. Yeah, that's going to be cool. Faster internet. I'm just still looking at these prices here. It looks like I'm going to go for this one. Can we see the link here? NBN code to accelerate higher speed tiers. Launch multi-gigabit speeds September 2025.
Yep.
Of course, the pricing will be more once it gets to the final retailer. Rad. 2,200. Pretty sick. I guess they're starting to fill in dead zones for cell phones with Starlink. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what I found with my road trip, that Starlink is super reliable, and it's a legitimate alternative for if you don't have good internet at home. Starlink with the Starlink Mini, that's a very viable option, and you can take it anywhere. You know, put it in a backpack and take it out for the day, and you got internet wherever you go. Put it in your car. I see people putting it on their dashboard, underneath, like right in the view of their windshield, just using it all day. Oh, you mean for voice and text messaging? Yeah, right, where there's no cell service at all. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah. Yep, absolutely, man. I mean, the times are changing. And it's strangely enough, it's kind of happening relatively fast. Like, yeah, I mean, I just live streamed 44 days driving in Australia, you know, like, go back even 4 years ago, the idea of doing that would be like, what are you going to do? How are you going to get internet when you're out the back of Burke, mate? You're not going to have any internet. Now you can. All right, let's pause here, or not pause. Let's get back to learning about the Fizzer that was Cyclone Alfred.
A tropical low, and as we go to where the system is making its way across Bribie Island.
The main concern now is the rain. Today expected to be the wettest day for Brisbane and also for the Gold Coast, with warnings of flash flooding over the next 24 hours.
What?
Southeast are right now without power, so everyone is feeling it. We have team coverage for you this morning. Let's start off with Nine's Davina Smith at Ashmore on the Gold Coast. Davina, some serious damage where you are.
Oh, Sarah Carl, you're not going to believe the story we're about to tell you. We've arrived in Ashmore. This is a...
You're not going to believe the story we're about to tell you. Every good story starts that way. You're never going to believe this.
Giant gum tree that was growing on the street outside this home, and the residents inside have one incredible story to tell. It's come down at around 7:30 last night, so before the peak of the storm actually hit at all. And inside the living room where it has come down were the owners of the home, Raoul and Sharita. Have a look at what this giant gum tree has done to their home. And as you have a look at it, we're going to chat to them. Tell us what was happening. 7:30 last night. You were in the room that was underneath the tree moments before it came down.
Yeah, literally just 5 minutes before this all happened.
Holy shit.
We were all sitting there, kids, me, my family is visiting from India as well. We were all sitting there playing Uno, having the best time, not knowing what's coming in the next 5 minutes.
So you were doing exactly what the councillor told you to do, to be at home, but this was well before the worst of the storm had hit, wasn't it?
And I was at work at that time when they called me. So I was working in the emergency yesterday, and they called me about 7:30 saying this was happening. When we came home. And then we saw this.
Could you believe it? You are surrounded by gum trees. I would have thought with the gusts of the wind, a branch may come down, a smaller tree. This tree is huge.
This is the biggest one. And the only thing I was like worried when the news of the cyclone was, will these trees come down? And didn't expect this one to come down because this is the biggest one around. It's obviously outside our property, and we had checked whether we can get it cut, but obviously we couldn't because it's massive.
Take us for a walk. Let's have a look at the back because it's.
Do you know what they have a in Australia and certainly in Sydney, and this is in Queensland, but in New South Wales, there's a law that there is a certain amount of like large trees that need to be. We call it the council strip or the nature strip. It's kind of weird. There's the street, and then if there's no footpath or if there's no sidewalk, it's just grassed verge, and then a property begins. That grassed verge is sometimes called the nature strip, and it's actually controlled by the council, the local council, and they have a mandate that a certain amount of trees need to be in that area. And I know that because my sister had encountered that when they were trying to remove and do some landscaping, and they're like, there has to be trees here. So maybe that'll change now, right? Maybe the idea of mandated trees on the council strip. I mean, this one, he said we tried to get it cut a long time ago, but they wouldn't let us.
The tree is so huge, it literally crosses across the entire length of your property.
Yeah, it goes on to the other side of the house. The living room basically is completely damaged.
Damn.
And also we had a little skylight on the kitchen, that's gone, and then the water just flooded the house.
So it crosses from one end of the property to your back fence, doesn't it?
Yeah, just comes all the way across, yeah.
And
It's a big tree.
Inside, I know we have some photos of that damage inside. What's it like though?
Oh, the roof has come down.
The roof is on fire. I'm not making light of it, but he did kind of sound like that.
Photos of that damage inside. What's it like though?
Oh, the roof has come down.
Could someone mash that up? The roof has come down. We don't need no water. Let the motherfucker burn.
There's water leaking everywhere. It's flooded now.
You better hide your wife, hide your kid. Okay, I'm not going to make light of it.
All the electrical things are exposed. The insulation has come off. And then just a lot of, it just looks terrible.
You obviously can't stay here at the moment, can you?
No, I don't think so we'll be able to stay. We do have a little dry
mess.
section, but there's no electricity, there's no power, and we're scared to turn on the electricity just in case, if, with the water and electricity, if there's a big fire or something.
How long have you lived here?
So 7 years? 7 years now.
And you've got teenage daughters, Sarita. You were telling me last night, we'll get you to come over because they were in the living room with you at the time. We were saying little kids would be terrified of this, but teenage daughters, they're not much better, are they?
That's it. No, they might be the worst ones to be in there with me at the time, but they were really amazing. They are strong young women. My older one, she saw it unfold with me, and we both are just terrified now with that loud sound and the way the roof fell. We saw it literally happening. And she and me are just terrified now. And she just yelled, is anyone behind there? Is anyone behind there? And thankfully, no one was there, including the two cats and the puppy. We were all on the other side of the house.
Because knowing you had a large group of people in there, it would have been a head count. Where is everybody?
Exactly that. We were like, where is everybody? Eventually, when we realized everyone's safe and on the other side of the house, which was safe, we were just like, oh my God, thank God for this. All this, we can see what to do.
How are you feeling going into this? Did you expect this level of damage?
No.
Pretty much you got to find a place to live, and that's the main concern. But luckily everyone is okay. So
it's me saying that Cyclone Alfred was a bit of a fizzer. Of course, there are going to be stories like this. I'm trying to walk back my. So I still think, and I still stand by that the media max this out, right? We've been hearing and reports and everything for the last 5-6 days, and it turns out that it was a low pressure system by the time it hit landfall. Now, of course, there are people that are going to be affected, but I'm just saying, like, everything in moderation.
We'll find something.
I know you are incredibly lucky, but the damage is really.
No, the main damage is even going back in there because of the trauma that we have now with the loud noise of that tree falling and watching that ceiling come down. I don't know if I can even live here again.
It'd be pretty
Can you
horrific.
talk us through that? Because I imagine it would have went black. It was.
It was
I feel
just
sick thinking
terrible.
about it.
It was just terrible. I screamed, she screamed. We were just the two of us who saw it, literally watching it, because I was about to walk in that room when that just happened. And I just stopped and I was like, and I just screamed, what's happening? What's happening? And she was like, is anyone behind there? Is anyone behind there? And I screamed, anyone there? Anyone there? And we just panicked, started running around, didn't know what to
as
do.
well at the moment. My mom and my sister are visiting. They're dropping off my niece because she's going to be studying at Griffith. So we have a full house at the moment.
I'm glad you're all safe. Carl, Sarah, I'll give you one last look because it's like something extraordinary to know that they were inside here just moments before, and the tree it is so wide.
Without taking anything away from this, the timestamp here is 10 a.m. You can see it right here on the frame, 10 a.m. That's the time that the reports were the cyclone is going to make landfall. Early morning, 10 a.m. Between those hours up till midday. Now, I've been carefully watching the trees behind. There's no wind. It's almost like the storm didn't happen. The damage, this tree falling, happened before the storm made landfall. Make of that whatever you will, but yeah.
Just so tall, and to think that this has come down on a home.
Does that look like right there? Does that look like that's the time that this tropical cyclone has hit landfall? It looks pretty mellow right there. That's in Ashmore on the Gold Coast.
Before Alfred was bearing down on the Gold Coast, it's really quite extraordinary.
It is extraordinary and a really lucky escape for that family. I mean, as they just said there, the trauma that they're still experiencing now, even looking at that, having been in that house, I mean, this is their home. This is where they had their family. It's just terrifying. And those trees that we're seeing sort of uprooted really right across the coast.
Some amazing reporting there, Davina.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing that, and thank you to the family for being so open about a really traumatic experience for them. And I think that we're probably going to see more of that unfolding through the course of the day, which is again a reminder of what can happen when you've had a lot of rain and a lot of wind. And this was the warning that Gary Youngbury was talking about before he joined us now live. Gaz, how are you doing?
Gaza.
Oh, Carl, well, we were actually facing the other way. We'll show you in a minute because the rain's coming through again. It is really carnage along the coast here. I'm at bigger waters this morning, and this is the result of wind gusts over 100 kilometres.
I'm sorry, but they're really, really talking this up, aren't they? It's not, like, that's not that gnarly. Okay.
Kilometres per hour, just a flotilla of vessels that are sunken and washed ashore.
Do you reckon they took the mic, like that audio we're hearing, they took their mic, the other one off, they took the windsock off, and they went, yeah, it'll sound better if you got a bit of, you know, like, look at it. I mean, come on, man.
Or if we can try and face up, the rain really coming down now. This is what it looks like all the way through to Southport and the Gold Coast, right along the shoreline.
I mean, there's obviously damage there, and the boats they've upped their moorings, but the way they're talking about it is it's happening right now. This is the peak of it.
We have Wave Break Island. There are hundreds of vessels still anchored out there.
It's barely even whitecapping out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, any boatie will know that if it's, I mean, that's barely whitecaps.
Nervous wait for boat owners or boaties that are sitting there at the moment, hoping that this wind will back off.
They don't clean their lens. They're like, nah, we'll leave the sea spray on there, man. It'll look more authentic, you know. They might as well just add an effect to it as well.
Coming through in gusts, and so is the rain, and there'll be further vessels drag their anchors and be washed ashore. And just behind me a few moments ago, we've had a tree come down and it's fallen on power lines. People are out walking their dogs this morning, so we might try and venture up there in the next sort of half.
They throw that in there. People are out walking their dogs this morning. Oh, so can't be that gnarly if there's dudes walking their dogs.
Half an hour and see what's going on up the road there, but it's still unfolding here on the northern end of the Gold Coast, guys.
Yeah, look, you're right to mention boaties. It was a particularly anxious week for boaties, especially in marinas right across Moreton Bay. They didn't know what was going to happen.
Look at him. He's been told now we're going to hold on you at the end of this interview. So just like duck your head down and pretend it's really, really windy. Look at his jacket. It's hardly even blowing. Go back. Watch him. Watch this.
And it's fallen on power lines. People are out walking their dogs.
It's so cringe.
This morning, so we might try and venture up there in the next sort of half an hour and see what's going on up the road there. But it's still unfolding here on the northern end of the Gold Coast, guys.
Yeah, look, you're right to mention boaties. It was a particularly anxious week for boaties, especially in marinas right
His
across
jacket's
Moreton Bay.
barely moving in that breeze, dude. Like, why can't we have legitimate, honest media? Why can't they just tell the story? Why do they got to make it up like this? It's so bad.
They didn't know what was going to happen. Good on you, Gaz. Thank you so much, mate. Doing a terrific job.
Yeah, still such windy conditions there as well. Let's head
Yeah.
to...
Make sure you say the word wind so that we all leave that story thinking that it was windy. You know, you got to say it. You got to say it over and over again because we're all dumb back here.
Todd Hunter, who is on North Stradbroke Island for us. Claire, you've been
Hectic conditions out there. Look at that. That's awful. I mean, I wouldn't want to be
out and
outside.
about to see what it's all looking like.
Yeah, the conditions have really eased off this morning. These are probably the...
Conditions have eased off this morning at 10 a.m. when the tropical cyclone was due to make landfall. Just saying.
This is probably the calmest weather we've seen since we arrived here
That doesn't make sense.
on Wednesday morning. Carl mentioned earlier that over the last couple of days we were down at Main Beach at Point Lookout where the really ferocious swell was coming in and causing a lot of erosion. That's probably been the biggest impact that we've seen this morning. We do have some pictures there of the massive impact we've seen to that beach this morning. A big wall of sand lined up right along that beach and just piles of debris that's come in. A lot of plastic rubbish there too. We have been seeing some beachcombers out there this morning just trying to gather what they can. We did see the worst of the damage as well so far at a local bakery at Point Lookout where some awning had torn up. It had been ripped to shreds by that severe wind overnight. That then sent a sign flying in through the front door of that bakery, smashing the glass, smashing the door and sending a lot of things flying inside, a lot of water inside there too. We're also hearing...
Now, look, let me be clear again. I'm not here debating that there wasn't storm activity and that there wasn't issues because of that. What I am highlighting is that the media reporting of all this makes it look so much worse, and they really hammered that, and they hammered it day in, day out, on the hour updates. They really wanted you to believe that this is the end of the world, end of times scenario. And they're broadcasting at 10 a.m. when this thing was due to hit landfall from multiple locations, and they're talking it up like it's still a thing. Why can't they just be honest media? Why they gotta? They're obviously fighting for ratings, you know. Like it's clickbait, right? It's clickbait. It's mainstream media clickbait.
A lot of trees down, such as what you can see behind me
and it's
here.
so cringe. It's just dumb and cringy.
Nothing into homes or anything at this stage, just a few trees down. We have heard of some trees down on power lines as well on other parts of the island. We are without power here and have been since about 9:30 last night, but what we're hearing at the moment is that people are really grateful there hasn't been more damage to their homes.
Yeah, great reporting, Claire. Again, Australia is such a great part of the world and a lot of families. And
great reporting. Yeah, she stood there and told everyone what they were told to tell. Yo, Jack, if you Google Cyclone Alfred intercept Daniel Shaw, he did a live stream last night on the Gold Coast. You know, you can, I think you can, oh no, you can't on YouTube. I mean, I'll check that out, man.
Brisbane have holiday homes over there. Lucky them, and hopefully it'll get back to its best soon. Let's go to Weekend Today presenter Alison Petrowski now in Redcliffe, just north of Brizzy. Ali, getting windy there again.
Yeah, lots and lots of wind gusts at the moment, but that's not deterring people from coming out and having a look-see. A bunch of kids behind me have come down with their parents.
Come on, man. That's just a windy day at the coast, man. Look at that. That's, oh my God.
To check out the swell, which is bigger than usual than what normally is here at Redcliffe. We are at the jetty.
They must be, you know what, the producers of this report, they're like, fuck, dudes. we've really built this up into this massive thing, and now we've got to go live, and there's not really anything to be said. So make sure you say the word windy a lot and say good reporting, and really highlight that this has been a tumultuous time to be out there reporting. And just ignore the fact that there's like 7-year-old kids running around behind you in this tumultuous time.
Cliff, and actually I've just spotted someone going into the water and having a bit of a swim, Carl and Sarah. Probably not the best idea at the moment, given the swell and given the fact that...
What is wrong with going for a swim at that point, dude? There's no danger. Unless this guy's never swam before, he's fine.
This storm is just about 10 kilometres north of us, the eye of this
There's
storm.
no whitecaps. There's no whitecaps on the ocean, dude. It's not a storm.
So we are expecting it to sit there for the next couple of hours and keep on dumping rain and smashing us with wind. But as you can see, it hasn't deterred people from coming out and about. Lots and lots of cars venturing out. People,
you might say that there's been no storm at all.
A couple of coffee shops are already open. I wouldn't recommend coming out because we are still...
That's business as usual.
Still in the thick of it here. Another couple of hours of this kind of weather, and as...
We're in the thick of it. Here comes old mate just cruising by in his thongs. You should be out there surfing. Dude, I had a fucking shocker today.
We heard from Premier Crisafulli before, a flash flood warning is still in effect between 300 millimetres and 500 millimetres of rain expected in this region. A lot of it very low lying and could go underwater very, very quickly. So look, I do not recommend coming down, guys. But as you can see, there is a sense here from Redcliffe residents.
There'll be some chick in a wheelchair or like a mobility scooter just hocking past, and then she'll be like, it's even brought out, everybody's coming out to check this. These people are behind her sitting in chairs, just chilling. This is so cringe.
Feel like that they have dodged a bullet and, yeah, they want to come out and get their coffee.
Look at this kid.
Ali, thank you for
There's
that.
like 6-year-old kids running around behind her, and they're like, oh, it's dangerous out here. Yeah, it's all kinds of terror, and don't... They wanted it to be more gnarly than what it is. Why couldn't they just come out? Why couldn't these today, all this media, why couldn't they come out and go, look, we thought this is going to be super gnarly. It actually wasn't. We escaped. We're good. Everybody come down and hang out. Instead, they got to keep this facade up there. Everything's intense, and it just looks so transparent. Like, so cringe.
Let's go live now to NBN presenter and weather expert Gavin Morris, who is in Lismore in northern New South Wales for us. Gavin, good morning to you. The waters there, are they rising?
Sarah, good morning to you. Good morning, Carl. Yes, they certainly are. Let's take a look and I'll just explain the situation, how it is unfolding. Yesterday afternoon with Sophie, I was way down there. That water is now way over my head. And I said then that we had about 4.5 metres to go. The water level is now at 9.2 metres.
Holy
so let
shit.
me show you. It is now
9 meters of water right there. That's outrageous. That's 9 meters of water? No, that doesn't make sense, man. The light poles would be closer to the top.
the water level is now at 9.2 metres.
That's a street sign in the back there. That's a street sign. That'd be 2.5 meters, 2.8 meters high. He's telling, what did he just say? That the water level is at 9 meters? That's a street sign behind him, like a sign for a building. That'd be maximum 3.5, maybe 4 meters. 9 meters? What is he saying, dude? Is he trying to say that the amount of water that fell is 9 meters of rainfall, or is he saying that it's 9 meters deep there? That doesn't make any sense. I mean, make it a real number. 4.5 would be kind of frightening enough, but 9? That's just unbelievable. Like, literally unbelievable.
So let me show you.
I'm keen for you to show me, Gavin.
Water is now way over.
What is that scale even there? Is that a scale? Is that in feet? 9.4. That's feet, right? That does say 9, but can that be a 9 meter scale?
unfolding.
There's no fucking way that's 9 meters from there. Unless that road just goes whoosh, straight down on a vertical, there's no way between here and there. Are you telling me that this is land, and that's suddenly it's dipped off into? This is a street, dude. This is a driveway here. What on earth is going on, man?
Yesterday afternoon with SoFi was way down there. That water is now way over my head. And I said then that we had about 4.5 metres to go. The water level is now at 9.2 metres.
What? So am I the only one that thinks, what is happening here? Someone else must have spotted this. Someone else must have spotted this. 9, is it because it's on channel 9 they had to say 9? Search for 9 meters. How is that 9 meters, dude? How is that 9 meters? Doesn't make any sense. No one's asking it? Oh, who gives a shit?
Let me show you. It is now crunch time because that there is the levee. We've got 2 metres to go until the water will go up and over that levee and then start to inundate the CBD. So 2 metres to go. It is still rising. Now, the Premier Chris Minns was here just minutes ago. He was standing there with locals and they were talking. Last night, the ADF rolled into town. A convoy of ADF trucks are now situated right throughout Lismore, and a convoy has just left for Woodburn, which is now going under. So look, there they are. There are the guys, and that was really reassuring to see so many of them there around the local Woolworths. Look, if I can just bring up the radar, I want to explain what's happening here at the moment. If you can bring up the radar for me. Look, now, right off Cape Morton, that is the low that Ali was just talking about. So look how these big arcing rain bands are coming around. Now, right in throughout over southeast Queensland, this is why Brisbane's really starting to see what we've been copping for some time. Those big arcing rain bands, they are not fun to be under whatsoever. And you can see the core there out over the islands. But look at those outer arcing rain bands.
These outer arcing rain bands, they haven't got the scale of what that means. Yellow. Let's go to the bomb and let's go to the radar. They didn't put their scale on, right? Let's do a bomb radar scale. This is the bomb that they were using. So what does the yellow mean? Moderate rainfall. The blue, light, green, moderate, yellow, moderate, red is heavy. So just keep that in mind as he's showing this chart here. Moderate rainfall with a little pocket of heavy out. This is off the coast still, right? This is not landfall. He's talking about Brisbane in this area here. Where's my mouse? Make it bigger. He's talking about Brisbane in this area. This is off the coast. This is not on landfall. So just saying.
If you can bring up the radar for me. Look, now, right off Cape Morton, that is the low that Ali was just talking about. So look how these big arcing rain bands are coming around.
My point is, they're exaggerating this because it sells. They're trying to get people alerted and frightened to keep watching the updates. It's so obvious.
Now, right in throughout over southeast Queensland, this is why Brisbane's really starting to see what we've been copping for some time. Those big arcing rain bands, they are...
Those big arcing rain bands of this blue, which is light rainfall. Light rainfall. The big blue arcing rain bands. Unbelievable. Hard to watch.
Not fun to be under whatsoever. And you can see the core there out over the islands. But look at those outer arcing rain bands. That is why the Bellinger River is the first river to reach major flood level. They've been absolutely hammered. Now, that arcing band...
If that was a red scale, if we were seeing red there, like lots of red, you could have a story. But this is moderate rainfall. What is he talking about?
And is now over the Clarence Valley. The Clarence Valley in New South Wales is getting absolutely walloped, and we are now situated in between those two arcing bands. That low is now just going...
How many times is he going to say arcing
To
bands?
sit off those waters, it is still going to draw energy in the form of rain. And because it's slow moving, we're going to see those large accumulations continually occur over one particular place. And that's why you're going to see more and more localised flash flooding.
Stay
particularly
tuned.
throughout southeast Queensland. So please be mindful of that.
And stay tuned to our lousy reporting, because we need you guys to keep out there and keep watching. Yo, Luke, looks like normal rain. I mean, that's what, like, again, I'm not here saying that there wasn't destruction and there wasn't damage. There obviously was. But holy shit, man. These guys, Channel 9, and I didn't see anything else because I really makes me sick watching just that. But I'm sure all the other networks, 10 and 7, and they're all the same, right? They're just scrambling for those ratings. We got a natural disaster. Hell yeah, what can we do? Let's get 8 reporters in different locations and let's really ham this up. They're talking about how much wind and how much rain. There's kids running around behind them, man, like 8-year-old kids frolicking in the fucking playgrounds. They're trying to create fear. It's just, if anything, man, like, it's transparent, right? We all can see that, and we aren't we smarter after coming through COVID? Aren't we as people a bit smarter and a bit more clued into this shit? I feel like we are, right? We've come through something like that, and we've learned from it, and we've become like more knowledgeable and more smarter as a species, as people. This shit doesn't fly anymore. Like, we're past this, and I'm gonna say it. I don't watch this crap. Of course, I am watching it now. I do not watch this mainstream media stuff. I don't even have an antenna for my television. I couldn't give a flying fuck what they broadcast across terrestrial television. But when it comes to a natural disaster, like a cyclone, because I have friends up there, I was interested. So I did tune in, and I tuned in as much as I could on the regular on YouTube. Go to the Channel 9 YouTube channel, watch all the updates, and keep myself, up to date. Yo, gamer over on Party, how you doing, man? So I kept myself in tune with what was going on. But what I'm saying is, aren't we now at a point where we should be demanding legitimate news sources? Get rid of all this schlock, right? Get rid of all this garbage, smashing the ratings and hunting down the advertising. Let's just present the news, the content. Why couldn't they come out and say, hey, Queensland, in particular Brisbane, we were thinking this is going to get super gnarly and you guys were all in danger. It turns out it actually wasn't that bad. There's been a few isolated cases of trees falling down, and we haven't had power for a little while, but turns out it's not that bad. So we're going to show you the worst of it, and then you guys can make up your own mind. But instead they do this thing where it's like, you've got to believe us, and we're going to use all of the methods that we know of to captivate you so that you will believe us. And what I'm saying is, aren't we smarter now? Like, people aren't dumb anymore, right? We don't believe this, do we? I don't. People aren't believing this shit, surely. They can see through it. That other woman who was presenting that takes one cursory glance at the water behind her to see there's no whitecaps. This is 10 a.m. when landfall was meant to be made. This tropical cyclone was meant to come through in the early hours of the morning. That's 10 a.m. and she's by the ocean and there's no whitecaps on the sea. Like, what are you saying? Like, why can't she just say, it turned out to be a bit of a fizzer. It's all right. You guys can come down and check it out. There's no drama. But instead they do this thing where they make it worse, and it's just awful. The rain on the Gold Coast was pretty wild last night. And by the way, Jack, I'm not doubting that there was, heavy rainfall and heavy winds and shit went down. I'm not doubting any of that, and I'm not here to debate. I'm not saying that that didn't happen. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the reporting of it is so obviously angled towards disaster and frightening and scaring people and making it more compelling to keep watching. That's what I'm saying. And I'm also, in addition to that, I'm saying we're smarter than that. We, and I'm saying Australia, we're smarter. We're not dum-dums. We know what they're doing, is what I'm saying. Yo, Search, don't you have a bunch of deadly animals and insects out there? Somebody has to be getting attacked by something. Yeah, look, I don't want to, I just wanted to come out with that and say, shit happens, you know, like Australia, it's gnarly out here. And turns out this tropical cyclone, even at the forecast level, we did a stream 2 days ago when they were saying 110, 130 kilometer an hour winds. I had someone from my chat, a regular in my chat, Dale, he lives in Florida. He's like, 120 kilometers? That's nothing, dude. That's category 2. That's nothing. We get category 4s. So I'm not downplaying it, but I'm stating matter-of-factly what it was not that insane, yet the media really, really hammed it up. It's scaremongering, absolutely. Yeah, totally. Yeah, and they do this with every opportunity. You will see this over and over again. And unfortunately, it does work. Like, it worked on me because, like I said, I've got my brother lives up there, Moffat Beach, Sunshine Coast. I've got another friend, Tope. I've got Duncan, Hendrik. People that I know are up there. Benny, surfboard shaper, they're all up there. So I was like, oh shit, man, this sounds gnarly. Like, and I sent, dude, I hope he doesn't mind, but this is coming from someone in Brisbane, right? Where in Brisbane City, where the center of the storm was due to hit, right? This was for many hours leading up to and up to the day of Brisbane, and then the Sunshine Coast north of Brisbane that's where it was going to hit landfall. He says it's a bit lackluster. He said there's been good communication. I don't want to read everything because he didn't know I was going to do this, but he said there's been good communication. Okay. I thought there was more in that, but he just said this lackluster and there's been good communication. He then said I'm going to go and get some roller skates. So okay, yeah. So my point being, everybody seems to have been prepared. And those that did get affected by trees falling up, and this gentleman we saw at the beginning of this, that's horrible. Yeah, I don't understand the 9 meters of water at Lismore. Someone wants to clarify that. That'd be interesting. But 9 meters of water, still on the screen. This guy was saying that between here, see my mouse, between this part of the curb and that pole, there's a 9 meter differential. That's what they were saying. I don't know. You can think of it what you will. I went surfing today and had an absolute shocker out there. Hopefully tomorrow's better, and I'm going to get out there.
I hate to interrupt you, Nick. Well, hello there. But anywho, I'm going to go to bed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.